Welcome to the next edition of Fright Night Classics. My name is Bill, and I will be your host.
Who are you?
Beyond the door. A terrifying look into demonic possession.
George, you can help me, George. Take me away from here. Mommy! Mommy!
Beyond the door. Step inside if you dare.
The television spot that sent a generation of young kids running from their room in terror into the arms of their parents. We're going to take a look at the 1974 Italian possession film Beyond the Door. Beyond the Door was directed by Ovidio Assanidis, and the film starred none other than Phoebe Figalili herself, of Nanny and the Professor fame, Juliet Mills. Of course, we have a quite different Juliet Mills in this film, and this is a movie that has had such an effect on me that when I think of Juliet Mills, rather than think of her from her television series Nanny and the Professor, I always think of this movie when I think of Juliet. It's had that profound of an effect on me. You may know the film under its various titles. It's been released as The Devil Within Her. Also, of course, there's the Italian title, Cisse, but it is most famously known for its American theatrical title of Beyond the Door. I first discovered this film in the late 70s when it was re-released to play on a double bill with the Mario Bava film Shock. At the time, Shock was released under the name of Beyond the Door 2, and so they had a neat double bill of Beyond the Door 2 and Beyond the Door that played in theaters in the late 70s. I caught up with the film again when it aired on WOR-TV's Fright Night, sometime I believe either the late 70s or the early 80s, and seeing this movie at 1 a.m. Really is a frightening experience to me anyway. So it's through reconnecting with it through Fright Night, and then later on through, of course, VHS and DVD, that I've been able to view the film several times since seeing it in the theaters. And let's be honest here, let's call the film for what it is. It is a ripoff, quite simply, of 1973's The Exorcist. Now, I am not a big fan of The Exorcist. I find it to be too Hollywood glossy, I guess, for lack of a better word or term. And while some of the shock scenes undoubtedly do their job, I found a lot of those types of scenes in The Exorcist to be quite comical, if I'm being truthful. So while I'm not a fan of The Exorcist, it did, in addition to spawning mass hysteria everywhere, also served as a launching pad for imitations throughout the world. As we get back to Beyond the Door, this is a film that has a story and a plot that's kind of all over the place. Basically, Juliet Mills is pregnant, and she becomes possessed by a demon. And we get the usual, I guess you could say, possession moments that we're all familiar with. Richard Johnson is an ex-boyfriend who shows up after he makes a deal with the devil. But is he there to save the day, or is he there to make things worse for Juliet Mills? While it seems like it's a fairly straightforward type of possession film, and it is, there's just something about it that when I describe the film, I describe the film as evil. There's something just very evil and unsettling about this movie. Whereas in The Exorcist, I just get this feeling that I'm watching a Hollywood movie. In Beyond the Door, I get the sense that I'm watching some kind of fever dream. I don't really know any other way to describe it. It's just, I don't know if it's mostly a nostalgic thing or from seeing it at 1 a.m. I really don't know. But there's just things about it that put a wrenching feeling in my gut and just, creep me out. The movie has a disturbed dream or nightmare-like feel to it, and there doesn't seem that there is a single normal thing about the movie that would kind of lull the viewers into feeling safe or complacent. Juliet Mills's character, which really just is what a complete opposite to some of the roles that she had played prior. Her behavior is erratic, violent. The some of the exterior and interior shots are just weirdly unsettling, and as a whole, it just makes the film a scary viewing experience. And usually when you see a TV spot, for example, you kind of feel like, okay, yeah, this looks cool, but I know when I get into the theater and watch the movie, it's not going to be anything like what I'm seeing here. They're showing me the best parts, blah, blah, blah. In this case, to me, this is a movie where when you watch that infamous television spot and then go see the film, it delivers exactly what you would expect from watching that spot. When you watch that TV spot, especially if you're a young kid, you get that feeling of dread, and that's such a spooky feeling, and it carries over into the film. I know it's a movie that's been knocked and panned and isn't taken seriously, but for me, it is the best possession film that I've seen in terms of actually feeling the dread of that scenario. I give high marks to the cast and crew on what I think is just a terrific possession film. And the thing to remember too about Beyond the Door, whether you like it or you don't, or whatever folks think of it, this movie did excellent business in the U.S. box office. Part of the reason I'm sure why Baba's Shock was renamed Beyond the Door. But this was a movie that struck a chord with U.S. audiences. I don't know if it was because it came on the heels of The Exorcist, but it was a box office success. In the end, it's a film that I highly recommend. I would suggest if you have any interest in the genre at all, or this particular part of the genre, go out and grab the movie, give it a watch, and judge for yourself. I think you'll come away pleasantly surprised, if not satisfyingly spooked out by what you will see on the screen. So that will wrap it up for this edition of Fright Night Classics. I thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the discussion of Beyond the Door, and as always, your input and your feedback is appreciated, and we'll have some more reviews coming your way shortly. So again, thank you for watching, and have yourself a great day.